Two little G-rats lying in bed. One rolled over and bumped his head. I called the doctor, and the doctor said, only one G-rat to a bed. Hey, y'all. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule to stop in and see what it is I'm up to. No, that's not what this whole thing's all about. Today is July 8th. Oh, come on, computer. No, Thursday, July 9th, 2020. Man, things just fly by, don't they? It's we're almost through our 16th week of isolate in place, safer at home due to the COVID-19 coronavirus thing going around. It is currently 91 degrees Fahrenheit here in Jacksonville, Florida. Outside, it's 69 degrees Fahrenheit inside. I've got the fans blowing. You'll hear the air conditioner kick on now and then. And, yeah, so that would be, let's see, come on. I don't know why it gives me Kelvin. 33 degrees Celsius outside, 20 degrees Celsius in here. Ooh, excuse me. So, I went to the doctor the other day. Just a regular, you need to go see him every so often. They want you to go see him every 3 months. I try to push that to every 6 or 7. I don't like going to see doctors, especially when there's no reason to. The only reason I really go see him is to get my prescriptions refilled. Excuse me. If I'm sick or something like that, you usually can't get an appointment with them, so I end up going to a care center and getting it taken care of there. But anyway, yeah. So I went in and everything was okay for the most part. I mean, I'm not in the greatest shape, but I'm in good shape for the shape I'm in, and a little overweight and stuff that I already knew. But my blood pressure's good. I should say, when the doctor took it, my blood pressure was good. The first time I went back there, a cute little nurse had my arm laying down, touching her, and she didn't seem to care. And I was trying to ignore it, but yeah, my blood pressure was boing. What can I say? Anyway, it went down when the doctor came in and double checked it. It was down to really good levels. So, I asked him about getting oxygen because of all this. Like, I can't breathe in these masks that everybody wants you to wear. And I have a portable oxygen bottle that I got from a late friend, but I needed it filled, so I wanted to know about getting it filled. And he looked at my pulse ox, that little thing that I stick on your finger or whatever. And at first it was good, but then I put the mask back on again, and it went down to bad, or not real good. So he said, "Yeah, we'll send you to a pulmonologist, a doctor that messes with your lungs." So I have an appointment to do that about the middle of the month. So see how that works out. I'd also asked him about getting a mobility scooter. And many of y'all have said something about, or a couple of different people anyway, have said that I could get a wheelchair on insurance, and I can, but that usually means going through another doctor or whatever, and it's not yours to do it as you want. You rent them. So, but I'd asked him about the mobility scooter, and he's like, you have to jump through all these hoops. And I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but there's like 3 or 4 different doctors you have to go through, or different type things you have to check you out. And it's like, man, I don't like going to the doctor. I really don't. I've seen more doctors in my life than I care to see. And if it's something that I don't really need, yeah, I'm not going to see a doctor. So I had a mobility scooter I picked up, actually got it for free, but it ended up, it didn't work properly, so I ended up getting rid of it. The one boy's got a mobility scooter that I can borrow anytime I want. It's kind of a hassle going to get it off him all the time, so I very seldom ever use it. Um, Wheelchairs come in handy a lot of times. I mean, all over the place. If you're in a wheelchair, I learned this a long, long time ago. Just that I was still recovering from my last but one back injury, and we were down at Disney World, and I got in a wheelchair because I couldn't walk real well for a long period of time. When you have a wheelchair, they come and get you, move you to the front of the line. They even have like special doors to take you through, and you bypass the line, and they do the same thing on the way out. So like the wheelchair will be waiting for you at the exit if you don't take if your wheelchair doesn't go with you on the ride or the exhibit or whatever. And that's the same like at SeaWorld. If you're pulling up to go see Shamu, which I don't think Shamu's there anymore, but at that point it was. You know, you're pulling up to see Shamu, and they'll come out and get you and take you around the line and take you up to a special area that's got seating for the wheelchairs, great view, and seating for your family or whatever. Same thing going to NASCAR, going to the racetrack. I was pushing the wheelchair. I had all the lunch boxes, a couple totes, and coats, and all kinds of stuff on it. I wasn't even using it at the time, and they came back and got me out of the line, brought me up to the front, ran a wand, and let me on through. And my party, like everybody that was with me, they all went with me on the wheelchair. So it's not something you look to do, but it's something that people just tend to do. It's not like I never use it. I do have a bad back. I do have bad legs, so I do require it sometimes. And not having one, I had two of them when I lived at the old house, and ended up getting rid of them when I moved. One was just super rusty, and the other one a friend needed more than I did, so I gave it up, and there it went. But so yeah, a lot of people have also been. I'm closing down a lot of stuff on my Facebook or on my computer. A lot of people have been, oh, that's a great idea and yada yada. I didn't come up with the idea of using a hoverboard and a wheelchair or a chair. There's all kinds of stuff out there. You can buy them. Go ahead and put in your search thing for hoverboard wheelchair or hoverboard skate go-kart, and people coming up with all kinds of ways to attach chairs and coolers and all kinds of stuff to their hoverboard, and getting out and getting going with it. And I've seen those before, which was the main reason why when I found that hoverboard for inexpensive, I jumped on it. And I've been trying different ways to come up with a easily transportable and easy to use chair. And like I said, you can buy them. I think they run about $100 or something like that, but they're down real low to the ground. Most of the ones that are available, where you build something that puts a regular chair on it, and most of those seem okay. I just hadn't gotten around to really doing it. I've tried a couple of different things, and then I found the wheelchair. Well, last night I actually went on went on YouTube and I typed in uh, hoverboard wheelchair, and there's, I don't know, a dozen or more uh, videos. And again, there's a piece that's sold uh, that has the handles on it, and then it's got like a trailer hitch in the middle of it, and you just tie a rope to it and pull your hoverboard around like that. Okay, I mean that's one way. It doesn't help much when you're backing up, I don't think. But anyway, there's a lot of them, and Luke, if you're listening, there was a couple of them that showed the wheelchair or the hoverboard behind the wheelchair, and then they had these real complicated handles that come all the way up and right there in front of the wheels. So I mean, you got what, 4 or 5 feet worth of control rods to build. That's complicated. I mean, not that it's impossible, but it's not something that I'm looking to tackle. So I have a couple of ideas on making something up for the front, a T-bar and some handles, and most of the ones that I've seen online are not really what I want to do, but I have ideas that I can adapt from them. So I'll probably end up doing that. Now, this wheelchair was apparently an institutional wheelchair because it had wheelie bars on it. Wheelie bars are to prevent wheelies, just like they are on a race car. A wheelie bar is to prevent the front end from coming up way too far. Well, this has the bars on the bottom stick out almost to the back of the big wheels, and then there's another section that slides in and out that prevents, that has wheels on it, and it prevents you from leaning back in the chair and getting up on 2 wheels and balancing, and yeah, that's a good thing in the hospital, I guess. I mean, I don't know, the times I'm in the hospital, I still like to try it, but now you can't. Anyway, when you're out in the world, they don't work so well. They get in the way if you try to come up curbs or go up steps or even go down steps. A lot of times, or even just wheel through the grass. A lot of times, if you got somebody that's in a wheelchair, the best way to move them is to tilt the wheelchair up and push them on just the back wheels, or pull them on just the back wheels. But you can get them upstairs, or going up an incline is just better. It's easier to push, and this had the bars stick out. So I took and cut off, I don't know, about 6-inch piece, something like that, 5 or 6 inches, and so now I can get the wheelchair up and down the steps without having to pick the thing up. It'll go down on its wheels and come up on its wheels. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'd like to go out and try it out, but it's wet. It's been raining the past couple of days. There's puddles all over the roads. So, and according to the radar, we're getting more rain. Right now, I think our humidity is at like 55%, 56%. Yeah, they're saying 55%, but we have an 80% chance of rain. So, yeah, looking at the radar, rain is all over the area. Oh well, it is what it is, right? I really need to go over to the daughter's house and drop some chlorine into her pool. She's been gone all week down to Orlando, and with all this rain, God knows. But I may end up doing that later. We'll see. Let's see what else was there I wanted to talk about. Pretty much everything's kind of on the slowdown because of the weather. I have been making some more of these masks for the G-Brats. One thing I've figured out is how to make it so that they stop curving. I don't know if you can see this or not. I cut the bottle. There's a little lip at the bottom of a 1 liter bottle, and I cut that, and there's a 1/4 inch lip right there. That when you flatten that just a little bit and put it on an angle, it keeps the mask from curling up real tight. But it still covers everything that needs to be covered. This is kind of small, but they're made for the kids. If you use a 2 liter bottle, you get another inch or so it comes down a little bit further for somebody with a adult size head or whatever. But they're easy enough to put together. It's just having the right bottle, and right now I picked up a different type of headband at Dollar Tree. They're 2 for $1 instead of 3 for $1, but they're a little sturdier. So a little, not much. They're still Dollar Tree junk, but I figure I'm making these things up for like 52 cents or something like that. If the G-Rats lose them, where they get scratched, they need another one. Quick and easy to make them up. So, let's see what else. Touched on the doctors. Touched on the wheelchair. Thought there was something else. I don't know. I really should write some stuff down so I remember. We're running at right at 20 minutes. 17 and a half or something, right? Yeah. The garden. Yeah, with all this rain and all the humidity, the plants do not like this at all, which is it's to be expected. I got started late on my tomatoes and stuff. I just it kept putting it off, and I got started late for this area. And other than my cherry tomatoes, nothing really. I mean, they got a lot of growth out of them, but I didn't really get much fruit. But so the tomatoes are probably, yeah. I don't think they're going to last much longer. I may be able to save some of the cherries, but in the long run, they're not worth the effort. So, same thing with the radishes and the lettuce. They're not doing as well as I thought, probably because it's too hot, And then, like I said, there's so much rain. I'm getting some growth on the lettuce. The radishes, yeah, I don't know. My little peppers, the little babies that I planted, they don't seem to be doing much. The Carolina Reapers and the ghost pepper. I don't understand it, but they're just not doing much. So maybe I'll go ahead and try transplanting them into another container and add some more nutrients to the soil. I don't know. They should have taken off a lot better than they did, but they didn't, and that's just the way things are. So I'll get out and do an update on the garden here eventually. Like I said, it's been raining and so hot hot and humid. I can't breathe outside, so it's really difficult to get out and do a video. You can't breathe, can't talk. I can't do it very well anyway. Huffing and puffing and sounding like a steam locomotive. But I do get out there in the evenings. It's generally a little bit cooler, and the air isn't quite as bad. Not all the time. I mean, the other night it was 90 degrees at 12 o'clock at night. Yeah. So anyway, that's summer in Florida, and after all these years, I've pretty much gotten used to it, and I pretty much just stay in my air conditioning, or air conditioning to air conditioning, from the car to the truck to the house, or from the house to the truck to the store to the truck to the house, or whatever. So yeah, is what it is, and I guess I've been tapping on this quite a bit because it's almost empty, and we're running pretty long on the time. So let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. Excuse me. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If you want to check me out on Facebook or Instagram, I'll have links in the description box wherever it is on your device of choice. I'll also put links to similar videos, and you'll find my email, my snail mail, all that good stuff. So if your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. Swanchy, y'all.